how's it going? And welcome to Sweet Willy's Kitchen. Today is Friday. I don't know what day that the video is going to come out, but today is Friday. That only means one thing at our place, and that means pizza. So Gracie likes what she calls puffy pizza, so we'll be doing that today. And Mommy likes a special spinach and goat cheese pizza that we do. So before we do any pizza, we all know pizza is your dough, your sauce, and your cheese, and if you do any toppings, that's up to you. But for the sake of Gracie's puffy pizza, we do nothing but the sauce and the cheese. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a basic marinara sauce. Okay, there's a big debate on sauce and gravy. Here in New Jersey, it's pretty simple. Sauce takes an hour. Gravy takes more than an hour and a half, usually 3 hours, and it's made on Sundays with meat. Meatballs, sausage, brajol, neck bones, you name it, they throw it in. And that's Sunday gravy. We're making a sauce. We're going to start off with a basic marinara sauce. From there, we'll be able to do a number of different types of sauces. So, for the sake of today, we're going to make a basic marinara pizza sauce, okay? And we're going to start off with 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, okay? I prefer Tutto Rosa green. That seems to be the family favorite. We're going to go with some garlic. I usually use 3 cloves of garlic. When I mean a clove, this is a clove. That's a clove. When you get them in the bunch, that is a bulb. Clove, bulb. 2 different things. I've heard stories of people who have made their marinara and they used what called for 3 cloves of garlic, and they used 3 full bulbs. So you can imagine the garlic flavor of that sauce. So again, so for every can that we use 1 of this, 3 of these, a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of oregano. Use a good oregano. If you can, a dried oregano. That way you don't have to use so much. And that pretty much is it. And we'll be using olive oil in the cooking process, and we'll be using the stainless steel, not the non-stick. If you have non-stick, well, you do what you have to do. So that is the basic recipe. Now, we're going to be making some extra. That way we can keep it and freeze it and use it as another time. So we'll be doing 2 cans. 2 cans. We'll be using 3 more cloves of garlic, 1 more teaspoon of salt, and 1 more teaspoon. That's it. It's a simple tomato sauce. And we'll show you how it's done. Okay? So with that being said, how do you like my new cutting board? I took my original cutting board. I put some legs on it, so that way it'll show up nicer on camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some olive oil for the pan. All right, use an olive oil, and what do? We're going to start it with in a medium heat. Like anything, we like to start with medium heat. Okay, and we're just going to coat the pan with a little bit of olive oil. Just coat the pan. That way the garlic has something to cook in, all right? And we're using medium heat. And we can always make it hotter. And we'll go from there. So we're going to use the 3 cloves of garlic. And what I like to use, and then what I would promote we use, to my young viewers out there, is go to your dollar store or your supermarket or whatever and get one of these little guys. It's a slapper chopper. All right, it's a portable chopper. They're relatively inexpensive. If not, okay, then we can use a knife to chop them. So I think what we'll do is we'll take a few of those cloves and we'll chop them. 15 times with the chopper, and I'll show you what we'll do with by using a knife. All right, we'll use our chopping knife like so, and we'll hold it down, and we'll try to get a little slice going here. Okay. You just want to be careful. All right, that's why I've always used that chopper. It seems to be the safer way to go. All right. Once you get it chopped up like that, then you go to town on it like so. It's going to take some time to do, but you can do it that way. But for the sake of today's program, let's use this. Okay, I'm gonna probably do some future shows. I think what we're going to do is almost like a safe cooking tools that our young chefs could use. So I'm gonna take that and we're gonna put that in the pan. You can hear it. Starting to cook. What we're going to do, okay, you can see that what that's doing here. Hear the sound. Alright, that's the sound. You're just bringing the garlic up to a little bit of temperature. Again, we're at medium heat. We don't want to brown the garlic. Okay, we just want to put some heat to it, get the essential oils involved with the olive oil. And while that is cooking, that should take maybe about a minute, 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes. Okay, just enough time for you to open up two cans of tomato sauce. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll take that off the heat. And we'll just add that. It's 1 and 2. Alright. Okay. Let's get ourselves a nice spoon here. Good sauce spoon, alright? Hey, look who's over here. Is my friend Uncle Muzzy, right? He's helping us out here. Let's see here. Hey, Uncle Muzzy, say hi to everybody. Hey, how's it going? This guy over here thinks he can cook. What's with him? So Uncle Muzzy is keeping an eye on, make sure I don't do anything too wrong. And he's like, hey, this guy over here, he's gonna make some marinara sauce, and then we're gonna make some pizza. All right. So again, we're going to stir this together, and then we're going to add our two spices. I don't know if salt is a spice, but all right. Use a teaspoon. So 2 cans. 1, 2 teaspoons of salt. 2 teaspoons of oregano. Now, that's the start. That's your first. Down the road, we're always tasting, so if you feel you want a more of oregano flavor in your sauce, by all means, go ahead. The purpose of this video or this tutorial is to just get the basics. Get it started. Okay, so we're gonna get everything incorporated, mixed together. Remember, the heat's not too hot. And what we're gonna do, I'll tell you what. We're done with this portion. I'm gonna bring the camera around and we'll show you what this is looking like. Here we go. There is our sauce. You can see we're stirring that, making sure it's nice. This is where, if you want, we're at medium. Okay, we're at medium. As you can see, we are at medium. We're at a medium heat. And let's bring it up to about high. Because what we're going to do, we're going to wait for that to start bubbling. And when that starts bubbling, then we're going to keep stirring it. So when it's at almost like a boil, that is when we're going to lower the heat and get things going, huh? That's right. Hey, this guy over here with the marinara sauce. We're gonna make some pizza tonight. Yeah, we're gonna make some pizza tonight, Uncle Mosey. We're gonna make some pizza tonight. What kind of pizza? We're gonna make the regular pizza, and then we're gonna make a little sausage goat cheese. I like that. That's good. That's a good pie. This guy over here, he's a pretty good cook. Huh? What do you guys think? Huh? This guy over here. Got to shout out to my friends at XY Adventures and Rainy Day Dreamers and all my friends that we met over up at VidCon. So many people that we met. So many great people. Also, more importantly, the guy who really had a kick with Uncle Muzzy, my friends from Caleb's Toy Box. We had such a good time. So a shout out goes to all three of them. Got going. So here we go. We're waiting to come up to a boil, and when that comes up to a boil, maybe we'll put the heat up a little bit. There we go. So nice. All right. You got the little bits of garlic there. You got the little bits of oregano. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put when this thing gets ready to cook. It's gonna take about an hour. So around about an hour. Then we're gonna put a stick blender to this thing to smooth it out. For the sake of what's being used in this house, Grace likes a smooth sauce, so we're going to put a stick blender to it. I prefer mine a little chunky, but for the sake of people eating the sauce and liking the sauce, so we'll do that. So when the customer is always right. So we're going to wait for that to warm up. That's going to take a bit. And once that starts to boil, we're going to put a lid on it. I think what I'll do is we're going to put a lid on this, and when it starts to boil, then we're going to mix it up, and then we're going to put it on a little lower heat and let it simmer for about an hour. All right, so. And we are back. We spent an hour's time putting together the marinara, or our pizza sauce. Second is we got to do the pizza. So what we've done is we're going to use my local ShopRite makes a pizza dough. They have fresh pizza dough. Or if you have a nice relationship with your own pizza guy, you get some dough from him. They usually sell that for $3-4, and you can make your own pizza. Usually you tell them you're making a stuffed bread, or you want to try your hand at making your own pizza on the grill, and they're usually pretty cool with that. They're pretty protective of their pizza, if you know what I mean. So this is what we've got. We're going to roll out this dough, and when I do anything in the oven, the first thing what I have to do is I have to preheat my oven before we do anything. Let's preheat this at 420 degrees. All right, and I've got a few things in the oven when we're making pizza here in the kitchen, and Sweet Willy's kitchen, that is. Okay, the first item what I do is I use what's called a pizza stone. Now, the pizza stone is nothing but a big flat ceramic disc. Looks like a big ceramic tile. I've had this for a long time, so it's quite seasoned, if you would, and I keep that in the oven. And what that does is it distributes the heat a lot better, so you don't get any hot spots. So one of the reasons that when we did the kitchen remodel and I chose this oven is because there's a a small oven and then the large oven. We use the small oven most of the time. So that's the first element. So we're preheating the oven at 420 degrees. The second is a little pan that a friend of ours gave. It's a little pizza pan or so. I know it's not traditional, but it makes for a relatively consistent product, for lack of a better term. So I've had this for a while. This is actually used for if you were to be grilling a pizza. This is good, but again, it allows me to keep a uniform shape and everything's good. So what we would do is we would put a little olive oil. We're going to put a little olive oil on this and then lay the dough out on this. Put the sauce on that, cheese, and in the oven for usually 20-25 minutes depending on where we go on that. So, Uncle Muzzy, what do you say? We make some pizza. This guy over here is gonna try to make some pizza. I don't know why you gotta go. You gotta go to Brooklyn to get the pizza, and that is right. Some of the best pizza is in Brooklyn, but New Jersey isn't too bad either, there, Uncle Muzzy. I guess so. All right, so Uncle Muzzy, listen, I want you to just go back into your little spot over here. Keep an eye on things. So if things get out of hand, you let me know. Okay, here we go. So Uncle Muzzy's over there in his. That was a good cookie. You know, I still got cookie dough left from that one batch. I think I made cookies for 3 nights, and I still got some cookie dough. So Grace has been working on that for some time. But so we're gonna lay a little. If you got a countertop or so, we're gonna lay. It's called flouring the board. It's a technical term, and we're gonna use your handy dandy rolling pin. So we got this dough. We put a little flour in it because what happens is the dough gets a little bit on the wet side. So you get it. It takes some doing. But all right, let's take a look. Here's the pan. Here's the dough. So we got to stretch it out, right? That's what we're going to do. The other thing what we're going to do is myself a pan over here so I can protect, and we're going to put a little olive oil on the pan. That way, 2 things. We put some olive oil on the pan. That way, so what you do is get some paper towel, squeeze a little of this, get it on here, and wipe it down. All right, so see how we're going to wipe this? You can see the sheen on that, so that'll keep that from sticking. We're going to be making 2 pizzas tonight. We're going to be making a regular pizza, and we're going to be making a special pizza that Mommy loves. She loves a spinach goat cheese pie. And there's a 3rd pizza. It's going to be a separate thing when Daddy does an all breakfast. I think one of the things that we've got. One of the other recipes that I did not make in preparation for Friday was the ooh la la French toast, and I love French toast. French toast was the first thing that I made that my grandmother taught me how to make. So I've got a very special relationship with French toast, and I've got a twist on it that's really, really cool. So anyway, so again, flatten it out. Use this to get this going. Remember how big the pan was versus, so we're going to be stretching this out. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the little thing about the dough, when you have the flour, there's glutens inside the flour, and that's what makes it stretch. So, what we did was we took our knuckles, went the knuckles and started stretching. Let gravity do its work, because gravity is a wonderful tool, unless you're a movie star in your mid-50s. That doesn't work too well. But anyway, so the pan, we put our oil on that, and what we're going to do is we're just going to move this pan, stretch the dough out so all of the pan is covered. All right. So take some doing. Be patient. Be patient. pizza is a wonderful thing. Pizza is, I don't know how about you, but Friday night is traditionally a pizza night for me and the family. So you tell me, is it and is it not? I don't know. Now, we're going to make, the pizza that we're going to make has no toppings on it. So, and I know there's always a debate on what is the best topping. So I want to know from you guys, what's your favorite topping? Please comment. I'd love to know, because I know what I like. I like mushrooms. I like sometimes sausage and mushrooms. Those are my favorite. Sometimes you can get really crazy and put chorizo. Chorizo is just another form of sausage, so nothing wrong with that. There's so many things we can do. Now, here's the thing about pizza. The word for pizza, from what I was taught, was called, the word for pizza means pie in Italian. So, when we grew up, they said, we're going to have some pizza pie. So that basically in Italian means we're going to have pie. Really? But anyway, so pizza means pie in Italian. At least that's what I've learned. Now, if that's not the case, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll blame the Italians that I grew up with. All great people. So, all right. So we've got, again, for the sake of this, so pizza dough is in the pan. We're going to get ourselves a scoop. And we're going to get ourselves some of this wonderful marinara that we made, the basic marinara. Remember, guys, we're going to be doing more with this sauce. There's a lot of cool things that you could put in that sauce. It's a tomato-based sauce. So think of other things that you like to eat, and guess what? You could put it in here, and when you put it on raviolis or so, it's a wonderful thing. So the sauce is nice and hot. It's fresh. So we're going to put 1 ladleful and 2 ladlefuls, and I'm just going to spread that out. Now everybody, I don't know how many people I don't know if anybody has never had pizza, has been to the local pizza place that you go to get your pie. Everybody knows how you watch. We all watch the guys do that. They scoop it. They put it in the middle, and they spread it out with the bottom. All right, and they spread it out with the bottom of their of the ladle, and there you go. So we're gonna put about two healthy spoon scoops. So a big ladle like that. Okay. So we're gonna use a regular mozzarella, whole milk mozzarella. Mozzarella, not mozzarella. It's mozzarella. Who can say mozzarella? Uncle Muzzynut, it's a mozzarella. So we're just going to take it, we're going to spread the cheese around along the sides. I'm going to get it covered nicely. Now, I like a lot of cheese. Grace likes a lot of cheese. Who doesn't like a lot of cheese? That's where we are with this. So that's what the pizza looks like. These pans are pretty cool. We'll probably down the road do a Chicago deep dish. It's in the pan. I'm going to stick this in the oven. I'm going to put my oven at 20 minutes. Basically, the 20 minutes means after 20 minutes, that's when you start checking up on this thing. All right, so we got it's in the oven, and I will report on how long this actually took. All right, so we're at 420 degrees. We put it in the pan with the pizza stone for 20 minutes. And when we see this pizza, we'll give you what the right time is, right? And we're back. 20 minutes have passed, and let's see what this thing looks like. All right, so we've got it at 20 minutes at 420 degrees. Okay. There you go. There's our pizza. That looks good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let that cool off for a second, put it on a cutting board and cut that thing up. So, again, like anything, we want to cut away. All right. Pizza looks pretty darn good. All right. Again, if you like more sauce, add more sauce. If you like more cheese, well, I don't know if you can add any more cheese than we did. You can add more cheese. But this is the pizza that Grace likes to eat. So, I'm going to cook it the way she wants it. So, here you go. So this is going to be the first pizza we're going to do. And it's your basic pizza that you see. Grace calls it puffy pizza. And it's a pretty good pie, so. Traditional pizza. And I want to thank you all for watching. And we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.